Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are back with some more Genshin Impact. Big news for this week. I'm not exactly sure when it started, but there is a new event going on, which unfortunately I found out on like Friday, like after the stream. So I've been doing this for pretty much the whole weekend, and I think there's not too many parts left. Let's see here. Gotta sneeze. Ow. Okay. I'm back. Okay, so we are up to the last part in this quest. All of these are exactly the same, so you didn't miss out on anything. I'll show you how these all work. They're all just in different locations, but as you can see, the guy on our left side, that little sprite, he is like a little fairy that follows us around. So kind of like a few events ago, you could get either a blue or a pinkish red Sealy that would follow you around, kind of like just like a little fairy character floating around you. This guy is basically the same, except he's a miniature version of the water enemy that we fight. And I believe he is the reward for once we complete all of this. Yep, right here. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then let's see here, what else? Yep, and apparently he comes from the country that's like basically all water themed, or so he says. And so a part of this is, one, we have to go to a marked location on the map, and we have to find these water beasts, as you can see, that are around the main boss. They're just like out in the world, and we basically contain them in bubbles, and once we contain all of them, we get a shard, and then we take that shard to the boss fight, and we do the boss fight as a group. So this is a whole online kind of thing. And then once we beat the boss, you get your special rewards, which they're not really that special, but like it's for the event, so might as well get some extra paper, level up paper and whatnot from it. So that is what we were going to be doing today, as well as they finally added, boom, the new main story. And this is crazy. This is chapter 1. We're still in chapter 1 of this, which I think is weird, because I thought the whole Mondstadt arc would be chapter 1, and then going over to the Bay would be chapter 2. Unless this is like a whole new story part, and like each one is like their own thing. But yeah, we have a new main story quest. At least I believe that's what this is. So we're gonna try to get around to that, which we should be able to today. So we're gonna be busy. Let's see here. Oh, let's go to the events, and I'll find on the map where the final area is that we're supposed to go to. Ah, okay. So let's teleport over there. And it's super simple. Once we get into the radius, we activate the water spirit. He comes out, and he allows us to throw bubbles, which contains the other water beasts that are roaming about. It's pretty basic. And you have like a meter that has a percentage on it, and you have to get it up to 100%. Right there, see? Just like water bore. And once we get inside this radius, we should be able to activate our water spirit. Oh, whoops, sorry. Quick menu. There he is. And then you just hold down R2 to shoot the bubble, and then he gets captured. And then over on our left-hand side, you can see the percentage just went up from 0 to 6.7%. And it just goes up for each water guy. And they do respawn as well in this area, so like if you ever find one that's like in the middle of a lake or something that's super hard to get to, just wait a few minutes. It will, all of them will respawn, and your percentage will be at the same amount. And you have to get the percentage up to 100 to complete it. Oh, duck. Oh, dang it. Shoot. Alright, let's keep going around here, see if there's anything. Oh god. Yeah, they can come and attack you too if you get too close, so you definitely want to bubble them as soon as possible. God dang it! I just like keep hitting like right in front of him. Okay, there you go. He ran right into it. Okay, there's a few out there. Squirrel over there. Yeah, and obviously once you have this little guy out with you, you can't actually use your R2 attack. It just automatically uses the bubble attack. I don't think I'll be able to pass through it. Nope. Alright. Let's actually knock this down. Nice. I've been trying to collect some treasure chests too off stream. Try to get some gemstones and whatnot. In fact, we probably should stop at the smith at some point today, because I believe we have enough to make a new weapon. Oh, dang it. Aha, I got one. Alright. Yeah, you can only get one enemy per bubble, so you can't get like two of them in one bubble. Aw, dang it. That was so far. Alright, there's another boar way over there. Yeah. Grab the fish. So today I actually saw quite a bit of news on like different shows and whatnot that are going to be coming out. One of which blew my mind. Apparently, the CW, which does like a lot of the DC TV shows, is working on doing a live-action Powerpuff Girls show. And I was like, what? So apparently that's a thing that's going to be happening. Subnautica is coming out. I don't know if it's... I don't really know much about the game. I know, like, the premise of it. And apparently it's coming out with a new version, which is Subnautica plus Subnautica Below Zero? Deep Zero? I can't remember. Where it involves, like, this icy tundra. I don't know if that's just, like, a DLC. But it was showing, like, it was 2 games in one, basically. Is what it was looking like, so I don't know 100% on whether that's just DLC being added, or if it's a whole new game. That's going to be coming out soon. The trailer for that was up on IGN earlier today. Yeah, these guys are like all over the place, so like they're not hard to find. Ah, but they do attack you, so watch out. And it's killing me. There was one other show that was like ridiculous that's coming out too. I can't remember what it was, because as soon as I saw the Powerpuff Girls one, I was like, that is... Why is that a thing? Oh, wait, what? Oh, I'm outside of the yellow circle. Okay, so as soon as you step outside of the radius of the yellow circle, you automatically go back to having your regular attacks. And you have to reactivate it once you go inside the circle again. Ah! Come on, boar. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we just need to take out maybe these guys over here and we should be good. Dang it. It's hard to really judge the depth perception of the throw. Oh my god, these guys are so easy. Alright, we got him. Nice. Alright. R3. Okay, so now that we got 100% on that, we get a... I can't remember what the item is called. It looks like a teardrop or raindrop. Let's see. I should have a couple of them already, so we can do this fight a few times. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, so I was working on the bulletin board over in the bay, and I got 2 new items. I got this one, which I haven't did it yet. I haven't activated it, so I don't know what it is. And I also got this. So basically, from what I understand, this is you place it on the ground, and then you can put items into it, and it's just like random any items that you find. So like see here if we can. So I believe it can be food, minerals, but from what I saw, it was more like this kind of stuff. You place these inside that item, and then you use your elemental energy. So like if you're Barbara, you just shoot water at it. If you're Razor, you'd hit it with electricity. And you just do that over and over again until the meter fills. And then it takes whatever items that you placed in it, and I believe it has a max capacity of 150. And I think if you fill it completely with like 150 items, you'll get like the max like rewards out of it. It basically converts whatever items they are. Like if you put in 150 of these masks, you'd get like a whole bunch of like level up paper. And I think Mora, you definitely get level up paper from it. So it's like, that's one way to do it. So if you do a bunch of farming for like these kind of items, but you don't need them, you can just place them in there and convert them over to like level up paper and stuff like that. I haven't actually used it. I just looked into how to use it because as you can see, I'm still working on leveling up a bunch of people. So I still need like all of these things for the most part. So I have not gotten to the point where that has actually been useful for me, but it will be at some point. And then, yeah, we can, pop this and go to the smithy and see what that's for. I also leveled up the tree as well. Every Monday it respawns these events that I can do, and each one, I think there's about like 6 or 7 of those events, and each time I complete one I get 1 red crystal. So I believe I'm up to level 10 now with the petrified tree. Once I get it up to max, I'll hold off on leveling it up and I'll do it on stream. But yeah, so I leveled up the tree once, and I got that going. And I also got 5 of these, and 1 of the other wishes. So we could do 1 single drop right now, actually. Let's do that. Just a random drop. Probably won't be anything, but let's just see what we get. Yep, nothing. All right. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of stuff that we can do today. So let's, as you can see over here, by the boss, you can see that there's 2 different like boss symbols overlaying one another. One is the regular boss, and the other one is the special event. So we'll go travel over there. I'm not 100% sure if you can do it by yourself. I've just done it in a co-op group because that was just easier to do. And I just realized that the whole reason why I went into the menu was to show you an item that I never ended up showing you. God damn it. Alright. Hold on, I'll pop up the menu again and I'll show you. God damn it. I'm bad at my job. Alright. Sorry about that. Where is it? It was a teardrop item. I'm pretty sure it was in here. Huh, weird. It's not in my items at all. Alright, and then I'll just show you on the event. So yeah, down below, you can see, under triangle, you can see the cost is 1, like a teardrop, or the crescent moon. And every time you complete one of those events, see, so each one of these, it was basically one was released every day, and this is the final day, so I'll collect it. Right, so this is the item that we get, and it's weird, it didn't show up in my inventory. Oh! We could do this, quest chain. Sweet, so let's do that right now. Alright, so since we're going in there, I'll switch over to an ice character.
What's the hurry?
Yeah, because I have 3 of those teardrops, so that symbol is for the regular boss fight. This pedestal is for the special event. And it shows if you play as certain characters, you get bumps to them. They're all female, and unfortunately none of them I have like particularly high skill with. Like, she's a bow user. I just got her, so she's kind of weak. And Fischl is probably the closest I have that we could use, but nah, we're gonna do co-op. I'm gonna hop in and do this fight. These are super quick as long as everyone is like on the level, which most people that do co-op on here are pretty hardcore. You at least have one person that does a monster amount of damage normally, so that usually makes these fights pretty quick. Pretty easy. And honestly, I wish these special events would be like, there's special event for a time and you can get special rewards, but then after that, they're just kind of an event in the world that you can do. Oh. Okay. So basically how this fight works is the water spirit summons monsters, which you defeat. And then they actually pop up themselves where you can actually hit them. Dang it. Oh, that was a total whiff. Alright, so yeah, then they drop down and you can actually battle them and do damage to them. Dang it. Alright, they're there. Alright. And then it does this beam attack. It singles out one person. They do a beam. And then that location that I was just at, normally that turns into a water pedestal, which protects whoever is chosen to be attacked. See, it raises us up and protects us from being hit. Yeah, and this boy isn't that difficult. As you can see, you can do a lot of damage to him.
Got lucky that time.
Unfortunately, this fight seems to be kind of laggy. Yeah, for some reason that person isn't going to the pedestal. I don't know why. I don't think they figured out the mechanic yet. But yeah, you'll have a marker over you when you're chosen and you're gonna be hit.
What's the hurry?
Done. Alright, that was super quick, super easy. Team was pretty solid. Alright, once that's complete, you just come over here, accept it. And that's just basically a reward, is a bunch of level up paper for it. So we just need to do that 2 more times. But yeah, it's a fun little variant, since the normal fight is the enemy just flying around the arena and you taking out the water beasts. This time, the boss actually comes down and you can attack them. And they also change up the various attacks. See, it's like, let's do that. Even if you don't give us a brand new boss, give us different versions of the boss at the very least. So it's like you can fight it in different ways. That would also really help when it comes to like grinding for specific boss items. All right, Barbara, let's do your healy heals. All right, bring him back up. I probably don't have a lot of Mora. I did a bunch of grinding, and I spent a lot of Mora. I don't know how much I have right now. So I don't even know if I'd be able to put all the paper into someone right now. But yeah, we're going to go out here, redo this fight. Maybe this one will be a bit slower so I can show off a little bit more of what the fight is actually like, some of the mechanics in it, because that was pretty quick. But yeah, as you can see up in the right-hand corner, I have 2 more of those teardrops, which means we can do this fight 2 more times. Yeah, I don't really get the pair system for co-op. Sometimes people come into my world, sometimes I go into theirs. I don't know really what dictates it. Alright.
An assassin from our homeland, or a fool who trespasses upon the waters of Chinza.
Oh, so sorry.
Got lucky that time.
Oh, that was a whiff.
The rising flood.
So yeah, these beasts can talk,
What's the hurry?
which I don't think I really paid attention to before.
Image of the wilderness.
Dodge this.
Yeah, and unfortunately, since all these other characters that people are playing have the bonus on them, they're doing like a lot more damage. But the reason I'm playing Kaya, obviously, he's ice against water, so you can just freeze him. Makes hitting them a lot easier. But plus, he's got a lot of defense, so he can tank a lot of the hits. Like, if I came in here as Razor, I'd do a lot more damage, but I'd also be, like, taken out very quickly. And you have to take out all the water beasts before the boss comes back into the stadium. Yeah, and also, like, the normal boss fight, every time you defeat one of the beasts, water monsters, it does a little bit of damage to the boss as well. Yeah, plus I can pop off Kaya's ult so frequently, it's ridiculous. Oh, alright, we're in the corner. Oh, okay, that person's chosen, so she's gonna shoot a water beam at them. Alright. And that's how that's supposed to work. Is the chosen person supposed to go on that pedestal? Unfortunately, some people just run to the pedestal whether or not they have they got the marker on them or not. And like they could still use the pedestal, but it only goes up once.
What's the hurry?
Which means if you have the mark on you and one of your teammates gets to the pedestal first, you're kind of screwed over.
Let the torrent surge forth.
Cool it.
Oh crap. Alright.
Dodge this.
Alright, this is a bit of a cluster, getting super framey.
Cool it.
River carving rapids.
Dodge this. What's the hurry?
No, what the heck? It didn't go up. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, so it does 2 attacks. One attack where it singles out one person and only hits them with a water laser. And then the second one is just like a giant whirlpool that covers the whole field.
Freeze. Oh, so sorry.
Sword comes shadow.
Dodge this. Don't push your luck.
Can't handle the drink. There is nowhere to hide.
Yeah, look at that. It's like I just popped it off. It's like as soon as it's cooled down, I already have enough to do another ult. Ridiculous.
River carving rapids.
What's the hurry?
Right. And I wasn't sure, but it looks like it's still vulnerable when it's doing the water laser. Uh-oh.
I will not go quiet.
Frostbite.
Got him. So yeah, as you can see, like even with a okay team, you can do it within like 5 minutes. And then let's...
Let's go.
Alright, let's wait for another person to come in. Alright, that was my bad. So I'm starting the match with only 2 other players. We're going to see how this goes.
An assassin from our
Oh, it looks like everyone else has already completed the event.
trespasses upon the waters of Chainsaw.
Dodge this. Dodge this. Fearing blade.
Faster.
Dodge this.
Yeah, and since they're all ice-based characters now, we are like freezing the hell out of them.
In the image of the wilderness.
Uh-oh.
Cool it.
Alright.
Cool it. Fearing blade. Oh, so sorry. My blade.
Oh, we got another person to join in.
Dodge this.
Nice, they're playing as Fischl. She's one of the boosted characters.
One with my blade. This will be frozen in time. Cool it. Submit for judgment.
Opening box of the Death Eye Tricks.
Swift and merciful.
River carving rapid. Feel the
Alright, someone's targeted. And it looks like they got to safety. God, it's look like this person playing Fischl is like destroying them.
Dodge this. Don't get frostbite.
Let the torrent clear night fall. Faster. Okay, fast.
Alright, gotta try to find them.
Go. Faster.
Come on. No! Oh, dang it. I didn't get in the right position to trigger it.
Cool it.
Sacred name. Fortune preserver.
Oh my god. Alright. That was a mess. That was chugging all over the place. Alright. Alright, we're gonna leave co-op.
One.
Alright, I'm hoping everyone's already gotten it. Alright, there we go. And we are moving on back to single player. Okay, as you can see, this is the next part of the quest. And I believe this is where we're going to be getting our little floaty water fairy guy. I think. We'll see. Hydro Archon. Okay, so so apparently Hydro Archon is planning something, and it also the Cryo Archon, who I believe she's the one that commands the Fatui. Like the Fatui comes from the cold, like yeah, the cold ice area. So I'm assuming that the Cryo Archon is manning up them, heading up them. Oh, okay. I think we've already seen what the Water Archon looks like. There's a trailer that was released a while ago. I don't know exactly when. But it did show, like, they talked about the different lands, and every time they talked about a different land, they showed a different person on, like, in the video. And when they went to Mondstadt and then they went to Linway, they showed the Archons of those places. So I'm assuming all of the people were Archons that they showed. Or the gods of the different area. So I think we've already seen what the Hydro Archon looks like, but I can't remember what they looked like. Yeah, because we found him over near Deluxe Vineyard originally. Yeah, like over in here. So let's go on over here. And also let's pump in some of that paper that we got into someone. I've been trying to put them into Rosaria and Child. Try to boost them up. And they're both above level 20 now. Let's see here. What were they at? Let me see. Oh yeah, I got him up to level 41 already. And almost got Rosaria yet. Just above 30. I was really focusing on Child. Although let's try to put some into Rosaria. Yeah, God, we got a buttload of paper from that event. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait until we get another new character and use this on him. It's like completely useless against most of these characters now. Yeah, I definitely do not have nowhere near enough Mora to do all this paper. Bubble cap. Boom. Alright, so we'll have to fight the Ice Flower once. And then... let's get Child up to 50. Or not. Dang it. Alright, so we ran out. Oh wait, level up. Oh, it's just because I have paper. Down in the right-hand corner, it has a exclamation point by the level up. I wasn't sure if there was something that I needed to collect. Ah, this. Yeah, I was thinking maybe it had something from here that I needed to collect. Nope. Alright, we are all good with that. Quest. Let's see. We are... yep, on our way to getting that little dude. Alright. Let me go to this. Has he always been here? Alright, let's head back over here. I think this is probably going to take us just to the vineyard. Oh yeah, we can also do the wolf and the Dvalin fight today. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to pick up more of those seeds. They haven't really come into play much right now, but I still want to pick them up just in case. Oh, let's, oh no, these guys are like level 50.
With the wind.
Get a little fight in. Oh my god, that was so terrible. I gotta get some more masks and everything for everyone's leveling up. Carrot and potato. Ah! Stuck. Alright. More carrots. Yeah, I'm getting really pretty close to completing the Petrified Tree, as well as completing the missions board over in the bay. I believe I'm, like, only 2 levels away for both. And the final prize for over at the bay is the new pair of wings, which, is okay. I think I talked to this guy to start this whole thing off. Yeah, I didn't realize that this would have a story element when I started it, because I just assumed it was just going to be another, like, just random event thing that, like, you could do and didn't really have much story to it, but it actually did have a little nugget of story. So this makes me think maybe the next area we'll go to is going to be the water area, which I'd be down for. And I'm just wondering if there's going to be some sort of significance with 1.5, if that's going to be a major update, or if they're just going to kind of wait until they get to 2.0 to bring out the next region. But like I said before, I'd really love like a tropical area, even if it wasn't like a full region, but more of like the mountain, except it was just tropical islands, like a handful of them. That'd be a pretty cool thing to do. Because I got a feeling if they ever did like a tropical area, it would feel very much like Mario Sunshine-esque, just because everything's so like bright and colorful. You're welcome to join us! Let's get this boy. It kind of ruins the surprise that he joins you, since it shows what you get at the end of the quest. I honestly prefer if it just showed the Primo Gem and the Mora, and then that was just a surprise. That would have been a bit cooler. Now let's steal some eggs. Booyah. And we completed something on Battle Pass. I believe it's just completing this event. New level! 2 new levels. Oh, we've got some purple paper. Nice, nice, nice. Alright. That is complete, so let's see. Yeah, here's the little guy that can follow us around. And here's the new one that we just got. I like that they're doing this. Like, it's a completely, like, unnecessary small thing. But, hey, it adds a little sum. There we go. Hell yeah. Little floaty dude. Alright. So now, we have him. This quest is all completed. This event is done. I believe. Yeah, I've noticed that. Sometimes when I come in here, it will have me pop that up, even though it's information that we already know and they already told us. So it's like it just says, like, get that you've already done it. I wonder if this is going to be a permanent thing. I doubt it, but it'd be cool if it was. Like, if they keep that center block there, and you go to it, and you can choose between the two different types of boss fights. That'd be cool. So that's done. This is just the test run stuff, and then this is for that. Oh, the bane of my existence. No matter how high I get my characters, it is just such a pain to get through that. And we're only on, like, floor 6. And a lot of the rewards are, like, to get up to floor 8. And it's like, oh man, I can barely make it through floor 6. This is why I don't want to raise my world level. I don't know if it affects that dungeon at all. I'd assume it would, but I'm not 100% on whether it does or does not. What's the time? Alright, we're about an hour in right now. So, I'd say let's get started on this new main story quest. And we'll play it all the way through. We'll see how long this takes. Oh, whoa, what? I thought it would be back at Mondstadt. Hello. Alright, let's see. Where's this going? Is this going all the way to the bay? It is. Okay, so to recap you, the last story beat that happened was there was a mysterious stranger at the tavern. And he had, like, a kick-ass blue cape on and blonde hair. And we met him and we were talking about going to the ruins. So we went over to the ruins right here. And right up here, I think it was here or here, we found a little pathway with some footprints. And then we had some flashbacks to our sister. And the new guy was all like, I'm looking for someone. And I'm assuming that's the sister character, like your twin. And they just back and forth some dialogue. It wasn't super big, but that was the last main story event that we did, was coming here, talking to that new guy, assuming it's about the sister, and there were footprints that led off into this direction. So that's why I was like, really can't wait, and I'm hoping that this area is going to be our new region that is going to be opening up. So that's why I'm surprised that the next event is all the way down here. I thought it would be still up in Mondstadt. So let's pop down here and see what we got. And it looks like it's at the Adventurers Guild. Yeah, because it was pretty quick. I think it was only like 30 to 40 minutes was the last main story update. And honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. On one hand, it's like consistent content where like every month or two they give you a new piece of story, but at the same time it's like a quest or like two, like it's a very few. So it's like I'd rather you do more of like side quests, like how we had to go to the mountain and we were introduced to I can never remember his name, the alchemist there, and like did that whole quest. It's like I'd rather do stuff like that and like save up the main story quest stuff that has to do with our sister for like one big update where you have like probably like 10 main story quests or something. But no, they're doing like this one by one. Oh, gotta be her. Let's see. Yin Yu.
Oh, yes, yes. They have the audacity to go after anything.
Oh, sorry.
The 7 dragons, gods. No ancient artifact that relates can escape their greedy ambitions.
Wait, I thought the statue of the 7 were the gods.
Still, this time is different. Who do they think they are, going after the Abyss Order's treasures?
Well, isn't the Abyss Order like the bad guys, though?
Oh, Traveler, it's you.
Huh? Ganyu,
Got you.
what are you doing here with Lan? Do you have a commission you need to post?
I always pronounce her name weird because I can never remember how they pronounce it. Ganyu. I always think Ginyu from Dragon Ball Z. Ganyu. Ganyu. Need to remember Ganyu. Yenyu. Ganyu.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Wow.
We were just discussing the treasure hoarders.
Oh! Oh, I thought we were actually like talking about something important like the Fatui or some other faction, but it's just the treasure hoarders. Let's go kick their ass.
Yes. We were just saying how even the audacious treasure hoarders should know better than to mess with the Abyss. It's just too evil.
But we recently received intel from the Ministry of Civil Affairs that 2 big-time treasure hoarders in Liyue and Mondstadt are planning some big joint operation.
2 big-time treasure hoarders?
Yes. They're known as Big Sis of the South and Raptor of the North.
Oh, Raptor! Paimon remembers he tried to run away from Amber and Mondstadt. But who is Big Sis of the South?
You already know something then. I guess you must have crossed paths with the treasure hoarders many times before. You were correct. She's the head of the treasure hoarders in Liyue. As I understand it, the treasure hoarders all call her boss. Some say that the god of thieves even bestowed a gift upon her for her exploits, making her Big Sis of the gods. But that's probably just a wild rumor.
Anyway, the treasure hoarders discovered some previously unexplored ruins that the Abyss Order has been secretly guarding in the shadows. Despite how dangerous that makes it, all the treasure hoarders can think about is what kinds of treasure could be inside. They have already devised a plan. They will send out a decoy to divert the Abyss Order's forces away from the ruins, then send an expert thief inside to steal the treasure.
To this end, Big Sis and Raptor have reportedly recruited a certain Grand Thief from Fontaine.
Grand Thief? That's quite an impressive sounding title.
Oh, indeed. He is an extraordinary individual. The Grand Thief is highly respected in the treasure hoarders, in the same way that we adventurers look up to great adventurers.
Haha, Stanley! That's a callback.
Ah, you met the living legend himself while you were in Mondstadt. Correct. The Grand Thief is someone just as renowned as him. So, despite being relative big-timers in Liyue and Mondstadt, Big Sis and Raptor had to put in a lot of work to convince a thief of his status to come and personally oversee this operation.
With the major changes in Liyue recently, the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the Millelith already have their hands full. They don't have any time to investigate rumors about treasure hoarder activity. But anything related to the Abyss makes me feel like there is some unknown danger lurking beneath the surface. So I decided to come to the Adventurers Guild to post a commission.
Leave this commission to us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good to see this in the hands of a reliable guild member. Well then, good luck. The guild will take care of the details of this commission.
Nice. I hope the Big Sis character, or the thief they bring in, one of those two are new. Like, will be a new character. And I just realized what that symbol is. The symbol for the quest. It's the two twins facing opposite of one another with a star between them. Sweet. Alright, so we got a new quest. And I also just remembered why I turned off the Sealy that floated around us. It's because during cutscenes, it would like float through people's heads and shit and just kind of get in the way. But this guy seems to stay back. Maybe they patched it and like fixed it, so like they'll stay out of the way. We will see. But if this little water fairy starts popping through people's faces in the middle of cutscenes, he's gonna be turned off. All right, let's see how far out we have to go. And I don't remember running into that treasure hoarder, unless he's kind of like a generic character. Because if they're actually like a well-designed like main character kind of person, it's like I'd remember them. But since we apparently ran into him, I'm assuming he's just some rando background character dude. I don't recall who that is. Oh my god, we were like just there! Alright. Sweet, let's pop on over there. So sweet. Someone coming in from a different territory. Awesome. And like I said, yeah, they just keep on mentioning other territories now. So it's like, I'm really getting excited to see what the next one's gonna be. Even if they just announce, like, it's gonna be the water territory or whatever, just saying which one it is, I think would be, like, super hype. And I'm picking up a bunch of these berries. Because if I get, like, a lot of them, I'll try to use that new device I made and try to convert them to paper and see how that goes. Oh, another crack. Crevice. Crevasse. Oh, some frogs. Nice. See, I love some of these crevice territories that we go into because they're usually uniquely designed, and it's like part of me is like awesome, can't wait to do it, but another part of me is like, why are you wasting this cool design on this one-time use? It's like we go to how many dungeons and it's like the same drab dungeon every time, and it doesn't really look any different from any other dungeon. But then they have these cool unique ones, and it's like they need to find a way to make these unique dungeons more reusable. So it's like maybe we could use them again in like other ways. Or like adapt them to be similar to like those dungeons that we go into like a million times. Just because like they look cool and I just wish we got to see them more. Alright, and we're just going with the A team, alright? Since this is, well, this is the main story. They're probably gonna be weak.
Need to end a few enemies?
Maybe.
I'll take care of it.
Actually, no, let's go.
Just what will we come across this time?
Okay, we do need a cryo character.
Ready when you are.
Alright, we're going in. No healer. This is main story, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too hard. Oh my god, okay, I can't do it. Part of it kills me that I don't have main boy on. I have to have him on. I have to.
This time.
I won't hold you back.
Alright, there we go. We have a nice variety of characters. Alright. Let's go in. Alright. Oh man, I could have put in that level up paper we picked up into a child. Shoot. Should have done that. Bringing in the treasure hoarders. Let's just see what they got. Yeah, if it's like main story stuff, it's like, I feel so wrong not to have the main character on.
There are signs of treasure hoarder activity here. They must have come to these ruins. Let's go deeper inside. Paimon sure hopes Ganyu's information is reliable.
Oh, look at that. The little sprite guy, the little fairy was sleeping, and he had the Z's coming out of him. Dang it. Alright. That's what I was thinking. I was hoping that I could open it up because this is a special dungeon, but I can't, so.
There aren't many guards here.
God.
Looks like their plan to draw away the Abyss Order's forces really worked.
Yeah, these guys are like pretty low level.
Dodge this. Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, dude, combining Kaya's ult with Tartaglia's like water daggers will probably be killer. Alright, hold on. Let me just rescan this room. Make sure there's no hidden treasure chests. Gotta get some cabbage. Yum, cabbage stew. It's mainly water and cabbage. Mmm, delicious. There we go. And that's why we break all the boxes. Tartaglia. Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. So I just keep on hitting the start button and it brings this up. But if I do the quick menu, then I can go in. Alright, sweet. So let's level this boy up. If I spend all these, will I get up to 50? Oh, there's no way in hell. If I spend 40 of them, I'll barely make it this level. God. So useless. Okay, I wanted to look. I haven't looked at all his abilities. As you can see with his artifacts, I did like boost him to have like all the same artifacts so he gets all the bonuses and perks and whatnot. Tartaglia. Nice. Water daggers, level those up. And then this. I do not know what this does. This, okay, based on different stance. Okay. Range. Okay, we'll probably mainly be in a melee stance though. That's how I like to play. Oh, okay, so that's super useful. Riptide Blast. Right. Yeah, I really hope they make another character like this that can do both long and short range. Nice. So he's all boosted up. Main boy, I don't think I can. Yeah, I still need that special item from Dvalin. Like, all of these need it. It's the one item I'm not getting from him now. Let's see here. Bennett, I don't think we've really leveled him up other than his main thing. Ah, it needs those silver medals. Dang it. Yeah. And then, let's see here. Yeah, he also needs... Yeah, the silver medals from the, bandits. The, treasure hoarders. Something I really need to start trying to grind for. Alright, that was a bit of a bummer.
More signs that a treasure hoarder was here. This should
Ooh, some booby traps.
But why does it feel stranger and stranger as we make it deeper?
Alright, hold on. Let me see. Can I... Okay, I can't blow up the bubbles with my arrows.
Be careful now. Paimon's right behind you.
No!
No time to lose.
Got some wheat. Aha, treasure chest. And a carrot.
No time to lose.
Oh, I just noticed. Why is his cape all kind of torn up like that?
Bring it on.
Oh, it's because I was in close range mode. I didn't realize that his cape changes based on what mode he's in. And another treasure chest. A booyah. Okay, unbreakable.
You're mine.
Oh, there's quite a few treasure chests down in here. Ooh, something purple and glowy. That's either something evil or something electricity based. Or maybe it's evil and electricity based.
This looks like a person.
Yeah, Paimon, good work. Identifying it. Identifying the body, good work.
Could it be the Grand Thief? Why is he in that position? Is he praying to something? That's...
Oh, shit! Is that a new statue of the Seven?
Why is the statue of the Seven hanging upside down?
Is it one of the fallen gods, maybe?
And the statue's hands... Paimon remembers they're normally holding an orb, right?
But you're kind of burying the lead. That's like a Venti kind of statue. With the wings. Well, the wings are actually different, huh? Is that it? I think that might be a new statue of the Seven, because it definitely isn't the one for Linwei, because he's sitting in a chair holding a cube. And then the one that's supposed to be Venti, pretty sure the wings are in different position.
But this statue is holding... What is that? Paimon has a really bad feeling about this.
Maybe we'll get a new elemental power, that'd be great.
And the Grand Thief hasn't moved an inch. Do you think he's...
Electric power, please.
Hello? Are you okay, mister? He's dead. Paimon doesn't feel so good. Let's get out of here, and fast. We should report back to Ganyu and Lon. Ah! Now what? We can't stay here. Quick, run!
Alright, we're gonna try to take our time. We have a lot of XP, so hopefully. Oh, holy hell! I did not realize they were disappearing. Shit! Okay, I'm gonna try to investigate the statue again. We got a buttload of power, so... Yeah, the wings are covering forward. Alright. Doesn't seem like anything we do will harm it. Let's look around this room. Doesn't look like there's a treasure chest anywhere.
I'm quite impressed.
Alright, Tartaglia is down. Crap, 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 crap. No! Oh, I'm boned. Damn you, Bubbles. Okay, so this is way more challenging than just regular Bubbles. Alright, it looks like every time you see a torch, it's a alcove. No! Dang it. Okay, I screwed myself on that one. Oh!
Benny's adventure team, I have failed you.
Oh, lucky that that wasn't a 3-set of bubbles. And god, I wish that these things would replenish health. Even just for the character you were selected as. Whoa. Oh, those are the bubbles dropping. I thought that was some other kind of sphere. Ooh.
You cannot spy on the secrets of the abyss.
That is so dope. That reminds me of one of the early Final Fantasy villains. The one with like the one eye. I think it was in Final Fantasy IV, I think.
You have come here. You have seen our secrets. For this, you must pay the price. As a herald, I will mete out your punishment.
Ooh, new level of Abyss.
An Abyss Herald?
Dainslith. Oh, I thought you were just a couple of pests.
Oh, that was the new character.
Stumbled in here by mistake. So, you are with Dainslith, that constant annoyance in our affairs. Did he send you here to die? His resistance against the Abyss has gone nowhere for a long time. There is nothing you can do to change the tide.
Okay, so that's what his name was. Dainslith was the new character that was introduced in like the last mission we got.
The Abyss is unstoppable.
Oh fuck, we're gonna have to fight him, aren't we?
What is this power?
Ah,
Never seen it before.
shit, Snacks.
Careful, please don't get cocky.
Too late. Oh, that's why we needed ice. He's Hydro. Awesome. Please let this be a new boss fight that we can do at any time. That'd be so dope. See, this is this makes me feel a little bit more like Dark Souls kind of shit. Just a human-sized enemy. Ah.
Freeze. This moment will be frozen. Dodge this.
Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, cryo is definitely needed. Whoop. Okay.
This power, it seems familiar. I see. So it's you. You are the one. In that case, I shall stay here no longer.
Probably thinking of our twin.
What a tough battle. Are you okay?
Yeah, because last time we saw our twin, I believe she was with one of the little floating abyss guys. I think. It's been a minute. It's been a few months since we saw that, so.
Oh, such a strong enemy. Who knew the Abyss Order had monsters this powerful among them? Huh? What is it? What are you thinking about? Oh, right, yeah. We're near the exit now. Let's get out of this scary place before something even more dangerous shows up.
That dude was dope. But since it was like a main story quest and we're like hella leveled up, it wasn't that difficult, but still. I would love to come back here and fight that dude. That's like proper difficulty. Like how we got to fight a child now. How he's like a selectable boss that we can fight. Oh, there he is.
So, we meet again. A little sooner than I had expected.
Hey, it's Dane!
Judging by your expression, it seems you just experienced something quite strange. Could it be that you encountered an Abyss Herald in those ruins?
Huh? How did you know that?
I've been on the Abyss Herald's trail. I didn't expect to find you here as well. An inverted statue of the Seven, holding abyssal power in its hands. No, I have never seen such a thing during my time fighting the Abyss, though I have had my suspicions. Tell me the rest of what happened in there. So you escaped the ruin depths filled with abyssal power, and then?
And then, as we got close to the exit, an Abyss Herald suddenly appeared and blocked our way!
Okay, so what I'm thinking is maybe the Abyss are getting their power from either the old gods, like the ones that came before the Seven, or maybe just like one of the fallen gods that's all spiteful and like, I will have my revenge kind of thing. That's what I'm assuming is happening.
We fought a big battle with that thing. Maybe it hasn't gotten too far yet.
Yes, this is a rare opportunity indeed. Come, let's catch up to it.
Let's go! A rare opportunity? With Dane helping out, maybe we'll be able to solve more mysteries about the Abyss.
Oh, will we be able to play as Dane? I just noticed Paimon's cape is very similar to Dane's cape as well. How it's got like that starry pattern. Sweet. Alright, let's try to find a statue of the Seven so we can heal and not be dead. But good lord, wow, I really screwed us on going into that boss fight. Because goddamn. I've got two. Nice, alright. I don't know how much we have. Let's check. I don't think we have a lot. Oh, whoops. Oh shit, we do. We have enough to buy one more. Wow. I thought we'd maybe have 100, if that. Nice. I believe that's number 6. We almost have enough for another drop. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, let's check our map. Let's see where this guy's gonna be. Oh, he's just slightly inland. Alright. Let's pop up to this one. Get everybody all healed up. And then, we'll see how we do. Hopefully this fight will be slightly more challenging. But again, we're on a low world level. So hopefully, actually, no, that shouldn't matter because we fight Child all the time and he's pretty challenging. Yeah, I really hope we get to fight this guy as like a full-on boss and like get the option to like refight him again. Ooh, wait, is that a treasure chest down there? It is! And there's a challenge right there. Yeah, I have not, like I've said before, I haven't found a lot of, hello? Oh, snap. I might need to go heal after this.
Oh, so sorry. Cool it.
Ah, buddy.
Freeze. Freeze. Don't get frostbite. Who's next?
Oh, dang it. I went into it and went out of it.
Don't push your luck.
Alright.
Cool it.
I don't know if he just appears because we got close to the treasure chest or if he was supposed to be there, but because of Poppin', we just didn't see him. But honestly, he's not that difficult. Again, low world level, so. Sweet. Let's pop this sucker open. Alright, there's a challenge up here. Let's just see what kind of challenge it is. It's a fight, but sometimes it's fight in waves or fight within a time limit. Oh shoot, it's fight in a time limit. These are always bad.
Cool it. Oh, so sorry. With the wind. Wind blade. Freeze.
Why do they never miss? Everybody stand back!
You can run, but you can't hide. Oh, so sorry.
Oh, we got him. Ooh, that was so close. Oh yay, we got some more level up paper, which we did from the last treasure chest as well. So that means we can level up Tartaglia, hopefully all the way up. Aha! Level up management. Alright. So close to 50. Alright, we're taking out just a brief break from the story. Treasure chest. We always get so many of those freaking weapon level up gems.
Freeze. Wind blade.
Put it in there. And then there's one more over here.
Freeze.
Nice. Alright.
Catch the wind. Freeze.
Yeah, don't want him to make the pedestal. Rock pedestals are like the worst.
Dodge this.
There we go.
Freeze. What's the hurry?
Yeah, luckily Kaya does some healing. Like very slight. And I'm pretty sure it, like, extends to the teammates, not just him on his own getting healed. Yeah, we haven't really explored too much of this area.
Cool it.
Alright, we're close. I really hope we get to play as Dane. I was hoping that last time that we were doing the main story with him, but we never ended up playing as him, so I'm hoping this time around maybe, since we're going to a fight.
Freeze.
Get out of here! Out of the way!
Dang it. I was hoping some of the fire on the ground would carry over to my move, but it didn't.
Let's light it up!
Dodge this. Don't get frostbite.
Alright, this guy's Hydro, so I should be able to completely whiff.
Get out of here!
There we go. Throw a little fire damage on top of that. Nice, nice, nice.
Those abyss mages just now. Were they trying to ambush us?
Probably emergency food, probably.
They were just digging through these abandoned ruin guards looking for something of value.
Oh, is that so? The Traveler here seems to like doing that a lot, too. Looking for chaos devices, chaos circuits, you know, that kind of stuff.
They wouldn't be searching for such ordinary objects. In fact, I was nearby investigating precisely because abyss mages often come out from that ruin to explore. They seem to be searching the remains of ruin guards for a certain valuable object to take back to the ruins. However, they look disappointed, so it would seem they haven't found it yet.
Well then, why didn't you grab one of them just now and ask what they were up to?
I certainly don't mean to be merciful towards these monsters of the abyss.
Okay, I'm trying to see what his symbol is. I can't seem to find it anywhere on his person to see what his element is.
But I have a feeling that their plan with this object is of major importance to the entire Abyss Order. One cannot discover the truth behind it through interrogation.
I can't wait. There are a lot of characters in there's like quite a few characters in this game with eye patches. I'm just waiting for the character who has like their elemental sphere embedded in their eye. Like that has got to be one of the characters somewhere at some point in this game.
Or rather, these Abyss mages likely fear something else, much more than...
My man is getting goosebumps thinking about all of this.
All right, we shouldn't waste too much time here. Let's continue our search.
Oh man, my bad. But yeah, I can't find his little elemental sphere anywhere on him that denounces what his element is supposed to be. Let's see here. Oh, 200 this direction. Can't tell if we've been up in here before. I don't think so. It's hard to tell. There's so many ruins in this area. Oh wait, that's already got one in it. I had to have been here at some point then.
Dodge this.
Aha! Oh, there we go. The purple sigils.
Dodge this.
Take cover! Why do they never miss? Everybody stand back!
With the wind.
Alright, I'm gonna focus on just one of them at a time. Alright, take these boys out. Ah, he bubbled one of his own partners. Oh crap, we are getting low.
Maybe.
Main boy, no.
World. Riptide.
Oh my god, that was my bad. I messed that up.
Don't get frostbite. Don't push your luck. Freeze.
Oh, where the hell was that guy at? I was looking for him. Alright. We need to eat. Let's see here. Do.
Off we go! Yeah.
Benny slowly but surely is becoming useful.
You're mine. Yeah.
Dang it. God damn it! How do they know? Every time I activate that ability, they teleport right in time. There we go. God damn it. This big guy just keeps interrupting. Come on. I need to wait him to drop down, maybe.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Oh, so sorry. Freeze.
There we go. Gosh dang. Alright, he's flown a little bit higher than normal. Alright, there we go. Yeah, and his health is pretty low already, so... you don't need to do much more. God damn, already? Shit, son. I'm just being way less careful. My hubris is getting me. Alright.
Wow! Besides the Abyss Order, Ruin Guards sure are active around here. Seems wherever we find an Abyss Mage hideout, there's often a bunch of Ruin Guards roaming around too.
You're trying to build a Rune Guard army.
Coincidence? Or...
There are no coincidences in the world. Everything is the fruit of seeds planted long ago. Just like your appearance in that tavern, time is just waiting for those seeds to sprout. Forget it. Just some needless musings. The connection between the Abyss Order and the Ruin Guards is by no means incidental. Rather, they are both branches that have grown out and up from the same roots below.
Branches? Roots? What do you mean exactly?
Both originate from an ancient nation that was destroyed 500 years ago. Khaenri'ah.
Huh? Khaenri'ah? Really? The Abyss Order and Ruin Guards are left over from after the destruction of that nation? Oh. Speaking of Khaenri'ah, that's really a super ancient name!
Time travel.
Oh, right. As your guide, Paimon should explain a bit here. A long time ago, the nation of Khaenri'ah was... Huh? You have memories of being there. But that nation was destroyed 500 years ago!
Is that so? Well, everyone has their secrets. You did not pry into mine, so I shall not pry into yours. But, if you would like to tell me, I will listen. So, the Khaenri'ah you saw, what was it like?
So that's the complete story, huh? Paimon thought that you ran into that unknown god first.
I see. So your first memory after coming to this world was being awoken by your sister from within that meteorite.
It seems your sister woke up first. But the question is, how long before you?
And then your sister told you that the destruction of Khaenri'ah plunged the whole world into chaos, and that you two should leave this world called Teyvat?
The destruction of Khaenri'ah? She said that?
That destruction you witnessed, that's history from 500 years ago. It seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during that period.
Huh. So your sister must have understood this world better than you did, because she woke up first.
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your path, so you couldn't escape.
Oh, Paimon knows this part really well.
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, you didn't know anything about Khaenri'ah. But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Teyvat, you are able to guess that the war you witnessed all those years ago must be the war that ended Khaenri'ah. Am I right?
Ah, if that's the case, you must have been flipping through all sorts of books during our adventure these past few months. Before going to Mondstadt, you had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather a whole bunch of old books from all around Mondstadt and Liyue, but you told Paimon they were useless. So, the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Khaenri'ah so you could find your sister? Oh, yeah! You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation that was destroyed 500 years ago?
I probably know more about Khaenri'ah than both of you. Khaenri'ah was a nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them, but because it never had a god to begin with. It was a powerful nation, built purely by humans. An unprecedented, flourishing, and glorious civilization. It was the pride of humankind.
A nation without a god?
Later events unfolded just as you remember. It was all destroyed, by gods.
You mean that...
500 years ago, the gods descended upon the world and brought desolation to Kanya. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed, like a weed removed from the garden of the gods.
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits.
I feel like they should have peppered this in more with our character's main story throughout, because that is like hella in the background. But calling it now, the floating castle in the sky, part of Conria. Boom!
Let's keep moving. I will tell you more of what you want to know as we continue our search.
Come on, man, you're like with us. Just be in our fucking party, bro. Yeah, because the opening cutscene is like super brief of us showing up to this world and trying to move on. So Conria, honestly, I don't even remember anything about that. So that the only option is that, oh yeah, I remember, is kind of crap.
Dodge this.
Because I have not done much of the reading in with the books that we pick up. So it's like, if that's where all the lore of that is, it's like, man. You need to like bring that forward more into the story. Ooh, almost missed it. Alright, there's a treasure chest in there. Oh, hello. Oh, no, that's a mushroom. Sorry. I thought that was just one of the gems that already broke.
Freeze.
Yeah, because how long ago was the wars? I thought that was like thousands of years ago. So that's what I don't understand. That the gods like basically had territory on Earth and they all like fought each other for like supremacy. So I don't understand how there could be a nation that existed after that war, which happened like, oh, God damn it, which happened like thousands of years ago.
Freeze.
Because like all the land would have been taken up by the gods, wouldn't it? And so then they would have had ownership over all the land.
Freeze.
So how a nation grew without God would be really weird. God dang it. No! How the fuck are we supposed to get it? Oh, there's got to be like a hidden one on here somewhere, right? Or maybe we need to have like Venti to do his air power so we can fly up. Trying to see if there's like any more of those like high up somewhere. So yeah, that's super not well explained for like the main story. And I definitely think they should, I don't know, add in more of
Hurry. What's the hurry?
I don't know, add more to the main story to give more detail on that country that fell before we get to this point. Oh, dang it. I'm trying to find more of those rocks up high, so maybe I could glide down to it. trying to climb up here, see maybe if there's some up here. Oh, hello. Oh, so we got it open, but we just can't open it. God damn it. So how are we supposed to get up here? Like, Venti's move would be super useful.
This moment will be frozen in time. Dodge this!
Come on. Damn it. Oh, duh. Okay, instead of going all the way over there, maybe I just need to run straight up there and climb straight up that. Alright, let's try that out. Alright, we already got those. That's where we came in from. We came up this way.
Cool it!
Let's light it up!
Oh, hello. Water. Hella useful. There we go. Alright. And yeah, I don't know why I never noticed this. I knew, like, our main... Whoa, hello. What? Oh, it was saying that it was expiring. Okay, I was wondering what the symbol above our head was with the cross daggers. That was just showing that our water daggers were expiring. So, like, I know the main character's supposed to be, like, young, but he's like a 12-year-old child. Based on, like, the camera setup, because I knew he was young and he was, like, shorter than most of, like, the quote-unquote adult characters, like Kaya. But for some reason, it just never struck me of how short and young he looked. Until we just talked to Dane right there. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'm, like, fucking, like, a 10-year-old for some reason. But I think that might have just been, like, the camera angle made him just look shorter than he is, maybe. Ooh, eggs. Hello. Oh. Alright, yeah, that was a bit of a wash when it came to, that fight. So I'm gonna switch over to our main team. Because we need Babs for healing so bad. There we go. Alright. Now let's go find the next marker. Oh, it is treasure chest in rock. Haha. Wasn't sure what this was. Oh, found some lapis. This stuff is hard to find, man. Is this another one? Ah, dang. There's a whole bunch of these chests and rocks all over the place here. Oh, this is the area where we drained the lake to go lower so we could uncover the ruins. Oh, rock wall, it looks like we can break.
Keep back! Freeze! Cool it!
That's useless against them. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I keep doing that move. There's got to be a treasure chest to pop after this. Yep. Alright. We've opened a few treasure chests. Let's see if we have enough to level up Tartaglia again to 50.
Freeze!
Oh, we're going the wrong way. God damn it. Every time I swap off my archer, this comes up.
Need to end a few enemies?
Ah, oh my god, aiming with the controller's butts. God. There we go. Oh my god. The struggle is real.
No time to lose.
God damn it. It's like the roads just do not take me where I need to be. Where the hell is this thing? Okay, it's way up in the mountains. Alright, let's climb this son of a bitch. Alright, let's wait for it to reload. Our stamina. There's a chest up there.
I could get used to this.
Oh, hey, is this the, I wonder if there's an archer character, if there's like any character where like they're a huntsman, so like if you kill boar with them or any animal with them, you get like one extra piece of meat. That'd be cool. Oh, this is the area where we opened up that secret tomb. Alright. Come on. Where you be at? God, there's so many hilly trolls up in here. It's ridiculous. Alright. Looks like we're gonna have to climb up here. Oh, damn it, more of them. Trying to activate some more of those robots.
Over there! It's more ruin guards and abyss mages. Dane was just saying how these ancient machines are from Conria. So, did Conria have a lot of ruins that needed to be guarded?
How are you this dumb, Paimon? The ruins were the city.
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. No one called them that 500 years ago.
Yeah.
These Ruin Guards were known as Field Tillers by the people of Conria.
Field tillers? What a strange name.
It's not like you think. Field Tiller was just a code name. The people of Conria like to give code names to their weapons. The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel and blood. This is how the Field Tiller came about.
Fought for with steel and blood? Well, that's an interesting way of understanding tilling. Paimon doesn't think it's a very positive interpretation.
After the destruction of Conria, these masterless field tillers went completely out of control. They wandered aimlessly over the centuries, gradually spreading to every corner of Teyvat, perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost to time. They found their way to various ruins across the land, where they lie dormant.
Yeah, because I don't believe there's anywhere where you could find, like, a full map of the continent yet. So, I have no idea where this city's even supposed to be. Because for all we know, it could just be, like, a giant crater in the middle of the continent.
Well, that sounds so sad.
Once you understand more, those details won't mean much to you. But no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger they pose. So destroy them all.
Damn it! Oh, I almost had him.
Ready, steady, go!
Riptide! Disappear!
Let the show begin. Oh, no!
There we go. God damn. It was hard to lock onto this asshat. Damn it. Come on. No. Shit. There we go. God damn. Main boy is getting his lunch taken all frickin' day.
I taste blood.
There we go. God, I do not know why it was so difficult for me to take down that dude. It's like Barb was just not aiming at him to break his shield. Alright, there we go.
Huh? This abyss maze dropped a talisman. Could it be a communication of some kind?
This talisman seems connected to the Abyss Herald. But why would an Abyss Mage be carrying it? Perhaps it really does contain information about their operation.
But Paimon can't read the writing on it. Is that the script of Conria?
Engulf the faith of an enemy in flame, and bring glory to Her Highness the Princess.
What? Is that what it says?
Loom of Fate initial operation. The Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. The keyword here is Loom of Fate. It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather, are still conducting preliminary tests.
Loom of Fate? What's that? Is it literally a fate-weaving machine? From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those eerie ruins are super likely to be related to this fate-weaving operation. So, Dane, what message does this talisman contain?
I'm reading it now.
It's like he just pauses forever.
Operation. But some parts are difficult to understand.
Well, now it's good to know that these guys come from a nation which was destroyed, and that's what this magic text over them is.
How so?
It's all coming together, guys. Bit by bit.
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to Osile, Overlord of the Vortex.
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean? What do they want with Osile?
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role in the Storm Terror incident. Though you may not have been aware of it at the time, you were thwarting an Abyss Order operation similar to this one.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's a huge ancient god. The Abyss Order keeps setting their sights higher and higher. Will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic to corrupt Osile, just as they did Dvalin?
No. From the contents of the talisman, this operation goes one step further. They won't just corrupt Osile's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to completely transform Osile's body.
Is that even possible?
Cyborg.
So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
There's no way in hell that she would know that word cybernetic.
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Conria. Though, of course, the accuracy of that understanding itself is difficult to judge. Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Conria. Despite being far from human, they seek out this lost human civilization quite persistently. The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, attaching Osile's limbs to construct a mechanized god. And the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the statue of the Seven is the eye of the very first field tiller.
The eye of the very first field tiller? Oh, Paimon gets it! All those Abyss mages are looking for the special eye, right?
It would seem so.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated. But basically, it all has to do with that eerie statue of the Seven we saw, right?
Yes. According to the talisman, the eye should be placed in the hands of the defiled statue, thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
Oh boy, the Abyss Order sure isn't holding back with this plan. Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the starting point for our investigation?
Well, yeah, it does look like the animal god, so should definitely talk to Venti and call in Rex Lapis for this one.
Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway. Let's go to the cathedral first and ask around. Maybe we'll learn something.
The cathedral.
Huh? What's the matter, Dane?
Nothing. Let's get moving.
Ahaha! Okay, so this is actually quite lengthy. Okay, I'm happy that this seems to be a lot longer of a quest than the last one was. Booyah. Alright, I think we got some papers. Did we not? Boom! Alright. We're slowly stacking them up. Alright. So since this is a lot longer of a quest than I was planning on, like honestly I thought this was maybe going to be like a 30-minute, we do a few fights and then it's over. But no, this is like a lot more lore and a lot more in-depth than I was thinking it was going to be, which is great. But that means we are going to be ending the stream here. We're going to save the rest of this for tomorrow. Or sorry, not tomorrow, on Thursday, where we will pick up exactly where we left off and continue towards the church and see if we can find any information. Hopefully we can run into Venti there. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised that we're going... Well, not... yeah. I'm kind of surprised that we're going back to Mondstadt for this. Yes, the statue that they're using seems to be an inverted one of the Animo God. But we're also on, like, Rex Lapis's land, so we should probably talk to, what are they called? The Chising? And, oh my god, I can't remember the animal gods that are here. As well as Zhao, and be all like, hey, this is going on in Linway, what up with that? And see if they have any leads, or if they're, like, doing anything about this. Or if they have no idea. So that would probably be my first step, since it's like taking place in this territory, and then move on to the church. But that aside, of fictional happenstances of what probably you should do, of if this thing that never would ever happen happened. Anyway, like I said, yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. We will continue this on Thursday. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out and hanging out. I really appreciate it. If you could hit that follow button, it really helps me out. And if you want to see any of my past streams of Genshin Impact or Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy, any of the stuff that I've been streaming, all the VODs are over on my YouTube channel. The link for them, or it, is in the About section on my Twitch page, as well as the link to my Twitter, where I tweet out every day when I'm online and what I am playing. God, yeah, I am really excited for this story because... Like I said, I wish that they kind of explored that old city a bit more with the main character, even if it was just something lame like he was having a dream and it was flashback kind of stuff. It's like, sure, I'll take that. I don't care. But yeah, I really wish that they showed that off a bit better, because like the opening cutscene is literally them falling to Earth and then them leaving, and like there's very little time in between them actually spending time in this plane. And then like they're about to leave, they get attacked by the unknown god, and then they're struck down, and then the game begins. So it's like super quick, and it's like I wasn't even aware of this city that was burning until it was brought up there. So now I'll probably go and look into the lore of it, because I really don't remember them ever talking about it much, other than like the occasional, oh, the rune guards came from an old civilization kind of thing. But yeah, this story quest, I feel like it's a lot better than the last one, because the last one felt super quick, while this one seems a lot more meatier. Awesome. But anyway, tomorrow we're going to be continuing Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. I still got to do some grinding in that so that we do not get our butts destroyed on the Tron level, which we just started. And then, yeah, like I said, on Thursday we'll get back into this. We'll continue this main story. And on Friday we'll be continuing Final Fantasy 15. Post-game, we're going to be finishing up the dungeons. We only have 3 left. And I can't recall if there's anything after that. And then we'll be done. Then we can try the online Kingsglaive portion. And yeah, that's it, everyone. Again, thank you for coming out and hanging out, everyone. And hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow with Kingdom Hearts. If not, I will see you back here on Thursday, where we will be continuing more Genshin Impact. See ya.